Hello, it's Jimmy here at O'Reilly's. Sorry if there's any wind noise, it is a windy day. I am looking at a Freelander 2 here. Now before I start, people used to say that these weren't very reliable, but can I give a little bit of appreciation for these little vehicles here, because I didn't really consider them to be reliable, but when you compare them to the newer models with the 2 litre Ingenium, geez, these things are almost invincible compared to them. I recently had a customer with one of these Freelanders, and he had it for 12 years. It didn't give him any trouble whatsoever at all, and he just said, you know what, it was a 2012, same year as this one. He said, I just thought it was time to upgrade. He bought a new Discovery Sport, and it has had 4 new DPFs in the space of like a year and a half. It's been back to Land Rover 12 times, and his Freelander was never back at the dealership for a repair. Anyway, on this one I'm going to tell you why. Okay, you need to stop taking your vehicles to your mates for repairs. Now this vehicle has a block DPF and a boost leak. He's taken it to a friend. They've replaced the intercooler, oh my god, and they've replaced the DPF pressure sensor and various other sensors. He's told me like 4 or 5 different sensors he's mentioned has been changed. The intercooler has been changed, which is a massive job and expensive. So you can see there the vehicle is idling at sort of 30 millibars of DPF pressure, and also 29 grams of soot there on the DPF. So if we come back from here, read the fault codes, we still have a manifold absolute pressure correlation. If you have a correlation code, what that means is the air doesn't correlate from the MAF sensor, you know, to another end of the engine. So between the boost sensor basically, or the map sensor, it's not going to correlate. So between those two areas there's going to be a leak. Now I've got a smoke detector, leak detector in the van, but we're not going to need to use that. P2463 is what the DPF is blocked. So taking off the metal under tray here. So I'm just looking around the boost hoses for oil residue basically. So we've got some oil here, which it's got a little bit of a leak there. You can see these ones are dry. And if we come around the back, have a look at the boost hoses here. Okay, so here at the front of the vehicle, you can see right there a massive split on the hose. So it's leaking oil everywhere. You can see from looking in here where the intercooler is, you can see how long that's been leaking. Now this pipe, it does connect straight to the intercooler there that they've fitted, so I don't know how they've fitted a new intercooler and not noticed that the pipe is broken. Okay, so we can't get one of these pipes for a few days, so what I'm doing here, use some industrial glue there. It's quite strong, it actually does a good job of holding these pipes together. I've tried it in the past. Now of course, being a mobile mechanic, we do have to be able to do sort of a little bit of bodge repairs here and there, just as a temporary fix to get people home. Now I've just wrapped that in duct tape. Now I know that's not a fix, but it's gonna at least hold until I can get home, and even if it does leak, it's not going to leak so severely as it was. Okay, so we've put some tape on the, like I said, temporarily on the boost hose, because she's come here to have this one done. I've just had a little bit of a chat with her. Her mate done the sensors. An actual garage has put that intercooler on. So when I got here, I done a code scanner, had this code, plus another one for a boost underboost or something. And I said, yeah, well, you've got some boost codes here. And she said, no, that's been fixed. The mechanic's fixed that, but he can't do their DPF. So she's just come to me to do the DPF. Because her normal mechanic has told her to take it to someone who does DPFs. And he's sorting out the other stuff basically, but obviously it wasn't sorted because I cleared the code, took it 100 yards, you could hear the noise of the air leak and the code come back. So we've just temporarily done a bit of a fix on that. She's going to have to take it back to that mechanic and get him to fix that issue. For now, she doesn't want to go all the way back to where she came from, a couple hours away, and then have that pipe fixed and come back to me to clean the DPF. So she wants me to clean the DPF. She's going to drive it directly back to have that pipe repaired back at her regular garage. Okay, so this is the DPF cleaning fluid I'm going to use from launchtech.co.uk, and we're going to mix that 50%. We'll put some water into the DPF cleaning gun. Okay, so right here we've got the DPF cleaning gun, fluids all in there mixed. It's connected up to a compressor set at 120 psi. Now we connect that up to the DPF of the vehicle. So on the DPF you'll have two metal pipes there, one that finishes after the DPF and then one that goes in just before it over there. So we've removed the pressure sensor and connected our hose directly up to that, just there. Now that it's all connected, we just need to squeeze the trigger, get that fluid in there. Okay, we'll start the vehicle up now. Hold the revs up around 3000 RPM for a couple of minutes. And we've come down from 190 psi, or sorry, millibar, down to 70 now so far. So now just taking the vehicle on a test drive, and we can see that the boost is back, nice and working. Picking up speed there, no problem. And we can see there that the soot loading on the DPF has coming down there. It's come down to 0.079. Okay, so now we're back from test drive, check the codes. We definitely have no more codes there. The boost leak has gone. So that's it. She's going to be able to drive home without the limp mode coming back into place. And it does require an oil service, and I'll advise her about that. So that's it, it's all finished. See you in the next video.